So this is my presentation on the football subculture in the United States. Kind of beginning. I chose this one just because it's kind of something really close to me. I always played football growing up. It was my favorite sport. I still love to watch it and participate in it, and so it was just kind of something that was important to me and meant something to me. So a little overview of just the stuff I'll talk about. This is the one I talked about last week in our discussion page. So these are the three that I didn't talk about last week, so I'll talk about them today. So there's the uncertainty avoidance, as you see there, the masculinity versus femininity, and the indulgence and restraint. So to start with the uncertainty avoidance, so like this one, as I was like kind of like thinking about it and kind of looking up just like how football works, I thought it was really interesting because if you look at it, like the fans, they tend to be like really high uncertainty avoidance because they want their team to win, so they don't want to try crazy things. Like they don't want new trick plays to be thrown in because you never know how it's going to go, if it's going to go good or bad. They don't really want their rookies to be starting because you don't know if the rookie's going to do good or bad. But then the coaches, they kind of have more of a low uncertainty avoidance, and that they're a little bit more amped to be okay with trying those new things that you're not sure it's going to work out. They're kind of good with, hey, like let's try this trick play, like maybe it'll get us a win, and like let's maybe throw this player in, like he's never played, but like maybe he'll be able to make the play and everything, and they kind of know the team better, so they're a little bit more comfortable doing that because they feel like they know a little bit more. But it's really interesting, I feel like it's like this in basically any sport, is that if they do something like that, like a coach does something that's like, to the fans, it's maybe like concerning because of that high uncertainty avoidance. So they're thinking like why would you try this? If it works out good, then everyone's happy and the coach is like just glorified and like everyone thinks he's so great. But then if it doesn't work out, then everyone kind of gets mad at him and talks to him and like kind of talks him down and how like why would you try this? You know it wasn't traditional. Like you knew it wouldn't work. Like why would you try this and stuff like that? A good example of that actually is the Super Bowl not too many years ago. It was when the Seahawks were in perfect position to win the game. They were like 1 yard, 2 yards out from the touchdown, and they have like one of the best running backs, and they had the best running back in the league. And everyone thought, just run the ball, you're going to win it. And the coach chose to pass to try to catch the defense off guard, and they threw an interception, lost the game, and everyone got so mad at him. But really in the end, it was a pretty good call because no one was expecting a pass. So if it would have worked, everyone would have said how smart he was that he tried to pass, but because it didn't work, he's kind of put down for trying that. So next, masculinity and femininity. So kind of as like everyone knows, with football especially, there's a big separation between what the males do and what the females do. The males kind of are more the big part of it. They're the players, the coaches, the managers, everything like that. It's always the men that do that. And the females are more the cheerleaders. So there's definitely like the separation. The attention's definitely more on the males, that everyone's kind of watching them and everything. And even the females, like people are paying attention to them, but they're cheering on the males. So it's like kind of shows that they're the ones kind of cheering on the males. The males are like the big support of it and kind of the big thing of it all. So then indulgence versus restraint. So I feel like there's kind of like mixed feelings here. So like as we know, like everyone knows that life can be fun and serious at the same time and everything. But like when someone's winning, if you watch like a team that's winning, and the fans of that team as they're winning, or if they're like doing good that season, they tend to like kind of take a more life is fun approach, and they're all like happy, they're laughing, they're joking around, they're being a little cocky, they'll celebrate and stuff, and they're kind of showing like, look at me, like look how good I am and everything. And so then they kind of take more that relaxed, like loose feel of life is good, let's just like make the best of it, let's have some fun and everything. But then if you watch them when they're like losing, it's like the exact opposite. Like any laughing, and it's like the coaches will yell at the person laughing, the players will yell, everything's super serious, everyone's yelling at each other, it's like very serious, like there's no like joking, there's no fun in it, it's just serious of we need to win, like we need to get this. And you see it with the fans too. Their team's winning and they'll be super cocky and they'll like badmouth the other team, they'll talk up to other people, but then when they're losing, you realize they're like so much more focused and just like so set on we need to get this win, and like much more serious, like life is a serious thing. And I just thought that was really interesting how it changes so much on a dime for this subculture, that like it can switch so easily from being, you could even be like so happy and have indulgence in the fact that you're winning, and then like the next play you're losing, and now like you're just so serious, like it's not about fun anymore, it's about winning. And I think it really just goes to show kind of what football is about, that it's about fun, but then at the same time it's something that America takes super seriously. Like the rest of the world looks at it and just, it's just a fun sport, but for America it's like a super serious sport, kind of like soccer is in other countries. I know in Russia that's how it always was. Same kind of thing, you're winning, it's all fun. If you're losing, you're getting yelled at. And that's kind of just how I think a lot of like sports subcultures are. But yeah, so that's my presentation. on the subculture in of football in America, and I hope you guys enjoyed it.